Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Unlock English Podcast. Today's episode is all about motivating your team through the power of words. Have you ever wondered how leaders inspire their teams? How do they get people to feel energized and committed to the task at hand? Well, today we're going to dive into some of the most effective techniques that leaders use to motivate their teams through communication.
That's right, Quinn. We all know words have power, but when it comes to motivating a team, how we say things and what we say matters more than we think. It's not just about giving instructions. It's about building trust, creating energy, and most importantly, making your team feel valued. So let's dive into how we can use words to inspire and energize the people around us.
Let's start with a technique that might seem simple but has a huge impact: recognizing and appreciating effort. Positive reinforcement is one of the most powerful ways to boost motivation.
Exactly. A simple great job or I appreciate your hard work can go a long way. It doesn't always have to be a grand statement. Just acknowledging the small wins helps people feel recognized and that their efforts matter.
That's so true, Miley. Imagine you're a manager and you see your team working late to meet a deadline. Instead of just giving them another task, you could say, "I know you've been working really hard and it's making a huge difference to this project. Keep it up." That simple acknowledgement of their effort builds trust and makes them feel appreciated, which will boost their morale and productivity.
Right. People want to feel like their work matters. And when they get that recognition, they're more likely to keep going the extra mile. The key here is being genuine. Don't just say it because you think you should. People can tell when you're sincere.
Exactly. And this leads me to another technique: creating a shared vision. As a leader, you want to paint a picture for your team of where you're going together. This isn't just about giving orders, it's about helping them see the bigger picture.
Right. When you share a clear and compelling vision with your team, it gets them excited about the journey. For example, instead of saying, "We need to finish this project," you could say, "Imagine how great it will feel when we complete this project and see the impact it has on our customers. We're doing something important together." This helps your team see how their work fits into a bigger purpose, which is highly motivating.
That's the power of storytelling, right? You're making the goal personal and meaningful to them. People connect with stories, and when you weave your vision into a narrative, it becomes easier for people to get excited about achieving it.
Exactly, Quinn. And let's talk about energizing your team with enthusiasm. Words are powerful, but the energy behind your words is even more important. When you speak with passion, your energy transfers to your team.
Yes, people respond to energy. When you're enthusiastic and excited about a project, your team is much more likely to be enthusiastic as well. It's contagious. Think about a sports coach, for example. When they speak with energy and conviction, the whole team feels that fire, and they're ready to run through walls to get the win.
That's why your tone of voice matters so much. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. A flat, monotone voice is not going to get anyone fired up, but when you speak with energy and excitement, you help your team feel that same energy.
Absolutely, Miley. Now let's talk about a technique that is often overlooked but incredibly important: creating a sense of belonging. People perform better when they feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves.
That's a great point, Quinn. When people feel like they're part of a community or a team, they are much more likely to go the extra mile. Leaders can create this feeling by using inclusive language. Instead of saying, "You need to get this done," try saying, "We've got this together." It shifts the focus from an individual task to a shared goal.
Yes, and that sense of unity also builds trust. The more your team feels like they're in it together, the more motivated they'll be to collaborate and achieve that common goal.
I completely agree. Now, let's talk about something super powerful: empowering your team with your words. Empowerment is key to motivation. When you give your team the confidence and autonomy to make decisions, you show them that you trust them.
Yes, instead of micromanaging, try saying, "I trust you to handle this," or "You've got the skills to figure this out. Let me know if you need anything." Those words go a long way in making your team feel capable and trusted.
Exactly. It's all about building their confidence. When people feel empowered, they take ownership of their work, which leads to higher motivation and better results. This is where you shift from being a manager to being a true leader.
And one more important point: positive framing. The way you frame a situation can change the way your team approaches it. Instead of saying, "This task is going to be really hard," try framing it as, "This task is going to challenge us, but I know we can do it together."
Exactly. That's the power of positive language. You're not ignoring the challenges, but you're presenting them as something that can be overcome, which makes your team feel more confident and optimistic.
To wrap up, let's quickly go over the key techniques. 1. Recognizing effort. Acknowledging small wins goes a long way. 2. Creating a shared vision. Help your team see the bigger picture. 3. Energy and enthusiasm. Let your excitement be contagious. 4. Creating a sense of belonging. Use inclusive language and build unity. 5. Empowering your team. Trust your team and give them autonomy. 6. Positive framing. Turn challenges into opportunities.
These techniques can help you become a leader who not only motivates, but also inspires and empowers their team to do their best work. Remember, the words you choose can shape the culture of your team and drive success.
Exactly. So, the next time you speak to your team, keep these techniques in mind. Use your words wisely and watch your team's energy, motivation, and performance soar.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Unlock English Podcast. We hope these tips will help you become a more effective communicator and leader. Catch you next time.
Until then, keep motivating and inspiring your team with the power of words. See you next time.